He wasn't an Egyptian pharaoh, he was the world's oldest mutant. When he appeared, everyone bowed before him. Apocalypse had lived for millions of years. Whenever his body aged, he would seek out a new host, transferring his consciousness to achieve immortality. Not only could he inherit the host's powers, but he could also stack every ability he'd ever absorbed, without limit. This time, he found a body with extraordinary healing powers. If the transfer succeeded, Apocalypse would become stronger than ever. Humanity would have no choice but to kneel. As sunlight struck the tip of the pyramid, golden runes lit up, energy surged, and Apocalypse's consciousness began to flow into the new vessel. The ritual was nearly complete. But just then, the oppressed humans seized their chance to rebel. They triggered a trap, sending a massive boulder sliding into the pyramid. The guards inside sensed something was wrong and sealed the exits. Apocalypse's 4 horsemen launched a counterattack, instantly reducing the soldiers to ash. The boulder smashed through a support column. The pyramid began to collapse, inside and out. As the transfer neared completion, a soldier lunged at Apocalypse with a dagger. But one horseman suspended him midair and tossed him aside like a ragdoll. Then the boulder crushed the main support column. The massive structure caved in. One by one, the horsemen were buried and killed. Sensing Apocalypse was in danger, the female horseman transferred protective gear to the new host and cast a shield to block the falling debris. She too was buried alive. Apocalypse was entombed for 5,000 years. Until one day, a group of worshippers discovered the site. They knelt and prayed fervently. Their chants activated ancient spells, glowing gold and reaching deep underground, accidentally awakening Apocalypse from his slumber. The followers believed they had witnessed a miracle. But in the next moment, they were buried forever beneath the earth. Soon after, Apocalypse, cloaked and silent, walked the streets. He was stunned to see how much the world had changed. That's when he spotted a mutant. Her eyes glowed, and a gust of wind swept through the street. She used the chaos to steal from a vendor, but was quickly caught and cornered in an alley. Just as she was about to be attacked, Apocalypse appeared behind the merchants. With a simple gesture, he ended their lives. His eyes shifted, and the vendors were embedded into the stone wall. Storm was shocked. She brought Apocalypse back to her home, but he had been asleep for 5 millennia. He couldn't communicate. Then he placed his hand on the television. Within minutes, he absorbed thousands of years of history. He learned that humans now wielded superweapons, and mutants, once rulers of the world, had been reduced to second-class beings. Enraged, Apocalypse refused to accept such humiliation. He vowed to reset the world and rebuild his empire. First, he needed to recruit a new 4 horsemen. Storm was his first choice. He lifted her chin, his eyes glowing. Her powers surged instantly. This was Apocalypse's greatest gift, awakening the true potential of mutants. Next, he found Psylocke in an underground arena. She could turn her thoughts into weapons. After enhancing her abilities, she joined him willingly. Following Psylocke's lead, Apocalypse tracked down Angel. His wings had been damaged, and he could no longer fly. But after Apocalypse's upgrade, Angel evolved. His broken feathers transformed into razor-sharp metal wings. He bowed in submission. And the final horseman? Magneto, the master of metal. At the time, Magneto was living in hiding, trying to escape his past. But after the tragic death of